making you smile.
I don't.
Don't you tell me.
News 4 at 4, 5, and 6. Trust your favorite evening news team, always working for you.
We are all witnessing history this afternoon. A total solar eclipse is moving across the United States. The last one visible over the continental U.S. for another 20 years. Thanks for joining us for this special report as the moon begins its march across the sun. I'm Jim Handley.
And I'm Wen Yang. Many of us remember the eclipse from 2017. I just posted on Instagram. I was outside in my neighborhood. But if you missed it, now is your chance, and you don't want to miss it. It's so cool. The eclipse is already well underway as you look at this live picture. This is around Evansville, Indiana. That's where Doug is. We'll continue to track it for you all afternoon. But if you go outside, remember, you can't look directly at the eclipse without some special eyewear.
Yeah, and we're going to show you those in just a bit. In fact, that is just about 4 or 5 minutes away from Doug. We're going to be checking in with him in Indianapolis shortly. So here's a look at the eclipse path of totality. You can see that it goes through Mexico before entering the U.S. and Texas, traveling through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, all the way up to Maine.
Now, totality is already over for some. This was in Dallas, Texas, less than 30 minutes ago. One of the first U.S. cities to see totality. We were watching live coverage at NBC. People were screaming and crying. I mean, this is a big event. That's where Al Roker is. You can see as the paths of the sun and moon align, the sky grows darker there in that video. It really is so cool to see. We here in the Washington area are not going to see totality, but it should still be quite the show. So here's what to expect. Maximum eclipse in the D.C. area will be in just a few minutes at 3:20 p.m., where the moon will cover part of the sun. In a total solar eclipse happening in other parts of the country, the sun would be completely blocked. But here, the sun will be nearly about 90% covered, depending on where you are. You could see a little more or a little less.
Yeah, the eclipse will end at 4:32. Now, that's when the moon moves past the sun. It's important to note that these times vary slightly depending on where you are in our area. You will need the sunglasses, though, even though we're not in totality. We are working for you all afternoon with team coverage. Our Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Doug Kammerer is on the ground live in Indianapolis at the Speedway there with, I think, about 40,000 of his closest friends. That's in the path of totality. Amelia Draper, Ryan Miller out on our front lawn where we were like 7 years ago here in Northwest D.C. and our Tommy McFly, of course, down on the National Mall. Amy Cho is at a big watch party in Bowie State. We also have Chase Kane. He's in Arkansas. And Jay Gray is where it kind of all began in the U.S. down in Texas.
Oh, it is such an
Doug's
exciting
looking
day.
up.
Yeah, and we want to start with Doug in Indianapolis, which is supposed to see totality in just a few minutes. Doug, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Guy, I tell you, I mean, just looking up here, it's absolutely incredible what we're seeing. It's almost like just a little sliver is left. We are just minutes away from totality here. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell about the darkness that we already have here. Take a look at the fans in the stands. I mean, this is what's really incredible. Here we are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We've got 50,000 people in this area. I want to take you up to a little bit of a different vantage point because we're going to hit totality now. I've been waiting for the counter to come back, but we are literally about 2 or 3 minutes away. So I want to show you what's going on. We are actually in what's called pit row. That's where the cars come in to get their wheels changed, all that stuff. But take a look at this. You got it, buddy? My photographer, BJ Forte, getting up top. Look at this. Okay, everybody is allowed on the track. This is the actual track going on right now. And we are about to be in totality here in Indianapolis. The weather has been perfect. We've had some high clouds, and we do have high clouds here. But even through the high clouds, we can see that. Listen to the cheering going on because we are right now right there. Guys, I mean, just so cool. In a second, I'm going to be able to take off my glasses. Now, you won't be able to do this back home. You will not be able to take off your glasses back home. But I'll be able to take them off, and we'll actually be able to show you. We can actually zoom or pan up to see this once we hit totality. And once again, we get totality here for nearly 4 minutes. It is going to be pitch black. We've already seen a 4 to 5 degree temperature drop already And it really is something that's fascinating. If you're out of an area like I am, obviously we've got thousands of people here. Oh, this is so cool.
Oh, you can hear the crowds.
I was
Doug.
waiting to hear. Yeah. And, Jim, I'll tell you, I was waiting to hear if that's what the crowd would do. I mean, here we are on one of the biggest sporting events in the United States, being the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we've got crowds cheering because the sun is about behind the moon right now.
But it really is we've been saying once in a generation, depending on where you live. You may not have a chance to see this again, Doug. So talk about that historic moment for everyone who's witnessing it with you.
Yeah, exactly right. And I was there in 2017 down in Clemson when it went by. Oh my gosh, guys, we're like seconds away here, 30 seconds away. But it really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's amazing, though, because I am talking with a few people here. And real quick, BJ, right here, these people are actually from D.C. They followed us to Clemson to see the eclipse, and now they're here as well. There it is, right, almost there, guys, almost there. BJ, you can't look just yet.
Oh, my goodness, look at that.
But wait, we're about to see the corona. Here we go. Here we go. You get a little bit of activity right here.
Look how dark
and now
it is.
What? Now we can take it. Now we can take. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God, guys! This is just incredible. Look to the right. That is Venus to the right.
Look how dark it is.
Jupiter is to the left.
Yeah, we saw
Jupiter
Jupiter
is to the left. I mean, we are in nighttime.
Texas. Okay. Wow.
It's incredible how quickly
Yeah, I mean,
it
Venus is as
became
bright
dark.
as it would be. Oh my God. Well, and that's the amazing thing. I mean, even 5 minutes ago, we could still see everything. So that's why where you are with 90% totality, you're still going to be seeing. You're still going to be seeing light out there. You're going to get maybe a little bit dim, but it's not going to be much. The other thing we're seeing. Oh my gosh, I'm actually, guys. This is so different than 2017 as well.
How?
The reason
How is
was
it different
because we were
from
in a
Clemson?
solar minimum. Yes, we were in a solar minimum during 2017. We are now in a solar maximum. The corona is brighter. I can actually see, I don't know if you guys can see this, maybe you can, but I can actually see solar storms that are going on here. And we've got a couple of zoomed in views that I'm looking at for NASA, because NASA sent a huge contingent here. They sent a huge contingent here from Washington, D.C., and we're looking at some of the NASA video. I can see solar flares going on right now from that video. This is just... Yeah, and I gotta do this myself, right? I gotta make sure that I get the picture.
Yeah,
Right.
this is the money
Because,
shot.
guys,
You got 2 more minutes. So, Doug, it's
is
showing
just incredible.
white, that the light around it, that corona, is it yellow, white, golden? What are you
Yes.
seeing?
It's white. It is white. It is pure white. It is pure white. Oh, and I see down to the bottom of the sun, you can actually see a solar flare.
Wow.
Oh my God! I wasn't sure if I'd be able to see it with the naked eye.
I think
and
we're
by the way,
picking up
that
a little
solar
bit of this.
flare is dozens and dozens of times bigger. The solar flare is dozens and dozens of times bigger than the Earth itself. I mean,
really?
Just the soul. Oh, look at that to the bottom. Oh my gosh, that's just.
Yeah, it's hard to see from our vantage point, but
That
there's
is
definitely this
incredible.
glow around the sun. And what
Yes.
other activity can you notice from your
And
vantage
again,
point?
Yeah, that is, you're talking about that glow around the sun. That is, and now we're seeing a little bit in the way of what's called Bailey's beads. I think that's what I'm seeing anyway. Bailey's beads are actually when the sun starts to move through some of the valleys of the moon. And you can actually see that there. But there's a definite solar flare on the bottom side of the moon. Wow. That is really, really incredible. But that glow that you're talking about, that white glow, that is the corona. And the corona is the sun's atmosphere.
Wow.
I mean, we're looking at the atmosphere of the sun, and that's why NASA is using this as a time to study the sun's atmosphere right now.
At its
we've seen
darkest,
so many
Doug.
different telescopes that are out here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it seem like nighttime, like midnight to you on any typical night? Did it get that dark?
yeah. It's almost like, Jim, I tell you, it's almost like a summer night, 9 o'clock at night, where
Gotcha.
you've got off in the distance, I can see light. Because you got to remember here, this is not very wide. I mean, when I say not very wide, the path of totality back in 2017 was about 60 to 70 miles wide. This path is about 120 miles wide.
Wow,
So
okay.
I'm looking down past, I'm looking 100 miles away, and it's still sunny over that area because they're not seeing totality. So that's why, okay, and here it comes on the other side, guys. so I'm going to have to put the glasses back on.
Sure.
What time do you have? What? Oh, my gosh. Look at the oh, my gosh.
We can see it moving, too, Doug.
Oh, my
we
God.
can.
Look at the
That is
diamond.
just
There's
phenomenal.
the diamond. Oh, there's the diamond. Oh, we got to put the glasses
Put
back
the glasses on, Doug.
Oh, wow. What a show.
Look at this.
Wow.
What a show
Oh, my
that
goodness.
was.
Just wow. Oh, my God.
I can't even tell you. I mean, how incredible that was. And to have this many people here viewing that.
Yeah.
Wow. We can hear the
Oh, my
cheering.
gosh. And this is just going to continue, guys.
What a
This
show.
is just going to continue. And we still have, I mean, let me look at it again here. We've got that little sliver. That's all we have. We have a tiny, tiny sliver. And that's all we have. And again, I was just looking at Venus. I was just looking at Jupiter. They're gone. I can't see them now.
Well,
I
look
mean,
how bright it
that's
is again.
what we've got.
Yeah.
And just think about what we've got. We literally had the moon. If you can think about this, look at you literally just had the moon go across our sky between us and the sun. That is what is causing this. It really is fascinating.
It is.
Wow.
And
Doug.
that was about 4 minutes, maybe,
Wow.
yeah, a little more than 4 minutes. Did it get cooler for that nanosecond there? Could you tell a temperature difference, Doug?
It did.
And Doug,
Yeah, it
listen,
did. We got down to 73 degrees, so we dropped close to 7 degrees
all right,
over
Doug,
the past couple of minutes.
listen, we know how excited you were for this journey. Can you just describe your own excitement and what it was like for you to have waited since 2017? This time you were in Indianapolis, and as you said, different from the last time you witnessed it, and what that was like for you?
Yeah, I mean, just coming here and seeing something like that, you realize how small we are. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you realize how small we really are, and you get to see something like that, the celestial event that doesn't happen very often. I mean, I am so lucky that NBC sent me here for a second time because I saw the one in 2017. This one by far was so much better because of the fact that we had that solar activity going on. And I've been watching some of the other feeds that are out there as well, and we're going to continue to show you more as this continues to move up toward the north and east. But just the fact that we've got those solar flares that are going, the diamond that I just saw pop out, I mean, my goodness gracious, really just amazing. So when they told me I was getting to go, and we had to pick a place to go, and our choice was Indianapolis because we thought they might have the best weather. And fortunately, the weather has lucked out for us, and
You
it's
called
been
it.
gorgeous all day, guys.
A lot of people called it there. No better place to be. Doug, we're going to be checking back with you throughout the hour and the evening, too. Well done.
Yes.
Talk about timing.
And
Oh,
listen,
what a
even
show.
Even though we're only watching it for video,
Right.
how spectacular was
It
it
was
to see
spectacular.
then the moon get out of the way?
I felt like I needed to put my glasses on just watching. And we're anticipating right here
Right,
in
at
our front
3:20,
yard, and you
right.
do need them.
So we've been talking, we're not going to see totality here in our backyards, but we are going to see upwards of 90% of the sun covered.
Yeah, that's right. Maximum eclipse in D.C. will be about 3:20. So take a look at the partial eclipse from Goddard in Greenbelt, Maryland. Goddard is NASA's premier spaceflight complex. It's home to the nation's largest organization of scientists, engineers, of course, technologists, and they build spacecraft, of course, instruments and new technology to study Earth and the sun, our solar system, and of course, the universe.
Now we want to get to Storm Team 4 meteorologists Amelia Draper and Ryan Miller. They're joining us from the front line in Northwest Washington as we wait for our moment on a beautiful day 4 to Amelia and Ryan.
Yeah, it's amazing out right now. It's starting to get dim. Amelia, we're about 7 minutes or so away from the maximum amount of the sun being covered by the moon, and it's a really beautiful scene out here.
And we do have some clouds out here, but that's not blocking the sun. So
No,
folks
no.
with their glasses out here, I mean, we have, guys, everyone was loud, and now we come on air, and they're
Yeah,
like,
it's quiet.
They're camera shy. There they go.
We're having a bit of an eclipse party here on the front lawn.
Yeah, I
it's
hear
good.
there's
We got
ice
the
cream we're
truck.
missing.
I mean, this is, don't worry, Jim, I'll put some in the freezer for you. You a chip witch like everyone else here?
And you'll be donning your
You know,
shades in just minutes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so cool when you look at it.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. That's a great way to describe it.
And a little bit of science really quickly. The shadow, the umbra, the totality, that moves at about 2,000 miles an hour across the surface of the Earth. So it is trucking, the eclipse is trucking towards the northeast.
Yeah, and so the timing, Jim, as you said, it literally is perfect out here. I mean, by the time we're wrapping up around 4 o'clock, the eclipse already out of the United States and continuing to head up toward the north.
Yeah, towards Greenland, and I'll tell you what, lots of clear skies across much of the path of totality. So folks had all parts of the country really seeing amazing amounts of the eclipse.
Yeah, and we're just getting started here. I think everyone's staying outside because it is so nice out here, so we'll send it back into you guys. We'll get you ice cream. Anna and Jim, I promise I'll save some for you. But yeah, everyone's just out here, you know, taking a moment to enjoy some science, some really cool science.
Yeah, that we don't get to see for maybe hundreds of years in terms of totality from now. All right, thank you both. We'll be checking back in just a bit.
Thanks, guys.
And as Amelia said, we are just getting started. We are still waiting for our area to see the maximum eclipse in just a few minutes as we take a live look at our national mall where folks are getting ready.
Tommy McFly is there and will join us live with what's happening on the mall. That's next. Stay with us.
Today's your day to shine, and it starts with News 4 Today.
That takes skill,
yes,
folks.
it does.
Okay,
It really
good morning.
does.
Showing you what everyone will be talking about,
That is the video of the day. That's exciting stuff.
helping you plan,
Rain chances are back.
and making you smile.
Welcome to News 4 Today. I'm Jimmy Lobach. I don't know what to do now. Do I do the weather?
Wake up with Jimmy, Tony, Chuck, Melissa, and Millette.
Delivering kindness this morning.
Working for you. Weekday mornings on News 4 Today.
Where's my charger?
Finding a charger when you have 1% battery is hard.
Why?
Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, the choice is easy.
Hear what Thompson Creek customers have to say for yourself.
I knew I wanted the kind of windows with the grids in them. Tried this company and that company until I found Thompson Creek.
A new door. Called up Thompson Creek and got a brand new door and a screen door.
We've had several Thompson Creek products. A front door install. We've had numerous windows. So it's really opened our place up.
And there's no question I would recommend Thompson Creek to all of my neighbors and everybody else.
Call now before this offer is gone.
Is it finally time to replace that banged up floor with a durable and beautiful laminate floor? Well, we've got you covered. At National Floors Direct, you can get an entire room of laminate flooring installed the next day for just $555. Just $555. These laminate floors from world famous Shaw can take a beating and still look great. Call 888-400-FLOOR. Get your laminate floor installed the next day, no hidden extras, and no interest for 1 year. Call 888-400-FLOOR. We'll bring the store to your door.
Is your house less than perfect? I'm Dan from Market Pro Home Buyers, and we want to buy your home. Don't make repairs, don't pay commissions, and don't wait another day. We'll get you the cash you need. No agent fees, no closing costs. We'll even help you pack and move for free. For a no obligation offer, call 301-683-SELL. That's 301-683-7355, or visit marketprohomebuyers.com. We buy houses as is, on your schedule. Call today.
Get your glasses ready, folks. It is just about time that we see the maximum eclipse here in Washington. We may be stuck inside the studio here, but our friends Ryan and Amelia are out, ready for the thick of it.
Yes, they're joining us from the front lawn with some of the News 4 team members taking a wonderful day to spend some time on this Eclipse Day to celebrate with you guys. Tell us what's going on now.
Oh my gosh, well, as you guys can see, we have so many News 4 Telemundo employees out here on the front lawn. I'm telling you, when the camera's not on them, they're loud, and the camera goes over, and it's like... It is so fun out here. But, you know, we're noticing some clouds in the area, so I think people might be wondering, well, are we seeing kind of this haziness or kind of this darkening from the clouds or from the eclipse? This is from the clouds out there, not from the eclipse. But still, with the right glasses, you can see the sun almost at totality now, which is 89%.
Yeah, 89%, and we're about 3 minutes away from that, and it will be a little bit more dim than what we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
The clouds are helping that cause at
Right.
the moment, but there's no connection between the eclipse and the clouds. cloud cover that we have above our heads at the moment.
And I think another interesting thing, Ryan, you pointed out was we were saying at first 87% totality. When we talk about the percentage of totality, this is actually a forecast that's being made. This isn't like they're using the size of the sun and other measurements, and you've said, well, actually, it's now 89%.
It's 89%. A lot of the projections that were made were done years ago and didn't account for things like the size of the sun. The sun's atmosphere can change. The size of the sun itself can change. And those are little factors that can ultimately make a huge difference on where you see a lot of sunlight or no sunlight at all.
Yeah, so it was really interesting, you know, when we started talking about the eclipse, so many websites saying 87%, which isn't wrong, but it's just updated projections put us at 89%.
Exactly. You run the computer simulations and then you get a new number, and that's exactly what we did.
And, you know, right here now, you know, people, the last time we were here 7 years ago, Lauren Ricketts was here, our good friend Lauren Ricketts. We were wondering, you know, it hadn't happened, you know, are the crickets going to start chirping or the birds? And, you know, we didn't really notice much of a change.
Not much of a difference, but I'll tell you what, we're tracking the temperature right now, and we're going to see if there actually is a difference going through that point of maximum coverage of the sun with the moon. So we'll keep an eye on that.
And you made another good point, too, talking about potentially the impact on UV and how the UV index might be going down a little bit right now.
It could be going down, but it's important to note, even right now and very close to the point of the maximum coverage, we have to make sure we're wearing eyewear to keep our eyes safe from the sun.
Yeah, so we're going to send it back into you guys. I think Tommy's going to join us now down from the National Mall. Also, another big party down there. I don't think that they have ice cream, though, so ours is obviously.
But, 1 second, Amelia and Ryan, though, it's 3:20 now. Can you describe, I mean, I want you to put your glasses on first, though. Can you describe what you're seeing?
Sure.
It's actually very cool with the cloud cover on, because it almost looks like, you know, the kind of classic wolf shirts, like the wolf howling at the moon with the clouds. It kind of gives you that vibe when you look at the eclipse right now. It's and of course we have Jackie, our general manager, here documenting the maximum eclipse. So
documenting the event, not necessarily the astronomy.
It's kind of hard to see through that and take a
that we're all
picture too.
experiencing.
Oh no. Oh, that's cool. Well, we cannot wait.
Yeah,
So over us,
it's the sun. Oh, sorry.
How long will this last over where you are right now?
We've got about maybe 2 more minutes, and then it will start to gradually get brighter outside.
Okay.
And keep in mind, the shadow itself is moving at about 2,000 miles an hour, as we were saying. So it is rapidly heading off towards
This is
the
a
north.
quick, fast-moving affair. So let's get to
now.
Tommy McFly. He's on the National Mall with just a few of his favorite people. And strangers, friends, everybody's a friend when he meets them. Tommy's looking up.
Tell us what you're seeing, Tommy McFly, on the National Mall.
Hey, Anyang. Hey, Jim. We're looking up at the sun. It's pretty much almost fully covered. We're here with our 87%-ish totality. And I've got some friends over here who are also enjoying our T44 NBC4 glasses. Everyone having a good time? It's been so fun to watch. And we have this like cotton ball kind of cloud happening right now. So everyone is kind of ooh, ah, as the cloud comes in and the cloud comes out. But have you been able to see it? Have you been able to feel it and sense the whole thing?
You can tell it's getting a little darker, and the energy's great here. Everyone's celebrating the same thing.
Super fun. What are you thinking as you're watching all of this happen?
I'm just so happy to be surrounded by so many people watching this amazing event.
And where's my friend here who had the countdown? You had the countdown on your phone. How long have you been tracking this for?
I've been tracking this all day, to be honest. You know, I had to stay looped in.
Yeah, you did a great job. You were giving us, what's your name, by the way?
Taylor.
Taylor was giving us the official countdown. I want to show you here on the National Mall. If you just look from Capitol to Washington Monument all the way back, by the minute people are gathering here. We've been out here since about 11:30 today. This is almost like a 4th of July style crowd out here.
Wow.
So many people gathering from everywhere. We all weirdly had the same like 3 o'clock Zoom call we all had to be on. We all told our bosses about today that no one is skipping work for at all. But it's been really fun to see this. You see this party, you see this gathering, guys, and some people came and didn't even realize there was an eclipse party about to happen.
Oh, they just came because they saw other people wanted to join in
it.
the celebration.
Where are they?
I didn't think so many people would show up just to see it, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Very cool, actually, to see everyone gathered just to watch.
The question I'm getting asked most is, what's going to happen? You know, I think even though it's an eclipse and it happens regularly, people are still pretty excited. What I love about a day like this, it's like the big reminder that, hey, man, we still exist in this natural system. There are big things out there like the moon going around the planet, and we're going to get a spectacular show in the sky today.
I think it's beautiful. I really do. I wanted to come out here because yesterday I turned 60,
Happy birthday!
Thanks.
Hey, can I present to you my last two limited edition, extremely priceless NBC4 Telemundo 44 ISO certified Eclipse viewing glasses? Thank you. You're welcome. You want to try them on? Let me see. How do they fit? Does it make you kind of feel small in the universe?
Yes, I'm a little scared.
I'm a little scared too.
As well, honestly, but excited, very excited.
We're all in it together. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And you've got your NBC T44 protective glasses.
Yes, we
Because you got to
do.
practice safe sun watching.
You do, you do.
Oh my gosh, so friends, a lot of new friends made down here, and the Smithsonian says the next time DC will have totality is the year 2444. So if you're around, I'll meet y'all back here on this corner. Cool? That's a date. We're going to all follow each other on Instagram
We'll all
and
be there.
meet
All
back
right.
here in 400 years.
Guys, now we want to
Tommy.
go to our Amy Cho. She's in Maryland.
She's at Bowie State, where the Department of Natural Sciences is hosting a watch party for this rare celestial event. Hi, Amy. Tell me what's going on there.
Hey guys, what an incredible experience it is to be out here at Bowie State. They've got the marching band going. It has been so cool to see this and be part of this community today. Obviously gonna put my my glasses on here. It really is so cool to see it. From here, it looks like they literally took two pieces of paper and cut circles out of them and overlapped them on top of each other. That's the best way I can think of to describe it. But what a cool experience it is to see this with my own eyes. When we first got here, it felt like summer. It was very hot. I was sweating, but then as the eclipse started to take place, the temperature definitely dropped. I'm glad that I have this jacket now because it definitely got a little bit chillier and we're feeling that breeze. I want to introduce you now to my new friend, Michelle. Michelle, how has it been to see this eclipse?
This is exciting. It's a historical moment. This eclipse moment here is so similar to 2017. And we have until 2044 to see another one. So great moment to see life and society, everyone to stop in their tracks what they're doing, their normal day-to-day, and take a moment and look at this phenomena. It's just incredible. It really is.
You have 3 degrees from Bowie State. What is it like to be here experiencing this at your alma mater?
Oh, exciting. It's always good to come back home to where you acquire degrees and your alma mater. They're doing exceptionally well. As we heard earlier, the STEM program is doing awesome work here to perform and provide us with new graduates into society. So that's a win-win when I can come home and hear that kind of information. So wonderful.
Well, thank you for being with us. And ladies, how are we doing? How's the eclipse going for you?
It's wonderful. I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to see it a second time. Last time I saw it was 7 years ago, 2017 solar eclipse, and I'm just so blessed I can see it a second time.
And how does this compare to the 2017 one?
Last time I was terrified because I thought I would be blinded, but this time I got to enjoy it fully.
But all is well. You still got that 2020 vision going?
Yep.
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. And how about you? How's your day going?
It's wonderful. I'm here with my 2 nieces at a historically Black university, and so it's just a great time just to come out here and enjoy the band and enjoy the phenomenon, the scientific phenomenon. So I appreciate it. Appreciate being here.
Awesome, very cool. And yeah, you heard her talk about being with her nieces, and that is what we've been seeing so much of. A lot of people have left by now. I think students had to get to class, but over there you can see the large crowds, the marching band going, and it's really been wonderful to see people coming together, people of all ages, and just sharing in this moment. We've seen families from all around Prince George's County coming here to Bowie State, and earlier we had the chance to hear some talks from some NASA engineers actually just about the things they're going to be able to study because of this eclipse.
Yeah.
So just an all-around very cool experience, and we're glad to be a part of it. We're going to send it back into you.
I want to be where there's a band, and no
Right?
better band than Bowie State. They've got a great one.
And just really taking in the experience. So many memories to make there.
Truly. Thank you, Amy.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. News 4 at 4, 5, and 6 is more than the top stories of the day.
We'll show you what everyone's talking about.
The arena deal is absolutely on life support.
Social media was a buzz this weekend.
Helping you plan.
Guys, we've got some great weather heading our way. We just have to get through the last of this wind.
Working for your health, your money.
Making you smile.
I don't.
Don't you cut me.
News 4 at 4, 5, and 6.
Trust your favorite evening news team, always working for you.
I love spending time with family and friends, but would cringe when everyone ended up in my outdated kitchen. With Kitchen Saver's custom cabinet refacing, my kitchen is now an inviting space. It's brighter and modern. Not only was I able to change the visual appearance of my kitchen, but I was also able to improve the functionality of the space. Best of all, Kitchen Saver's cabinet refacing process was quick and affordable.
Pay $0 out of pocket and get a new kitchen for as little as $250 a month.
Now is the time to update your floors with Luna's half-off sale. Get half off carpet, hardwood, and laminate, padding and materials, and installation. It's your whole project half off. Half off soft carpet in your bedroom, half off beautiful hardwood in the family room, half off stain-resistant laminate in the kitchen. Get the floors you've always wanted with Luna's half-off sale. Reserve your free in-home appointment at luna.com or call 877-241-LUNA.
It's buyback days at John C. Flood. Did you pay a big repair bill on your existing heating and air conditioning system this year? Is your energy guzzling system on its last leg? Good news, we'll buy your repair bill back this year up to $1,500, even if we didn't do the repair. Or if you didn't have a repair bill this year, we'll give you up to a $1,500 trade-in for that old energy guzzling system toward the purchase of select newer energy efficient systems. Call John C. Flood, your premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric company today.
Reba McEntire. Doesn't Keith Urban smell so good?
You guys are obsessed with cologne.
If you would have stopped to smell them, you would get it.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
I want to take Alyssa out. I just wonder if Stephanie gets tired of putting makeup on her two faces.
A snake will always be a snake.
The tea is hot.
I am through.
I can't deal with this panic attack.
Deal or No Deal Island, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
If you are just joining us, we're tracking the solar eclipse as it makes its way across the country. Here's a live look at the eclipse around Maine right now. So totality is just about coming to an end in the U.S. We had a little bit at 320. We saw it in
That's
Dallas
right.
and Doug in Indianapolis.
Well, it did get a little cooler here. We heard from Amelia and Ryan. When the day is done, though, folks, more than a dozen states will have witnessed totality, plus areas in Mexico and Canada. We're talking about 32 million people in the path of that totality. This is a look at some folks enjoying maximum eclipse, but not totality on the National Mall and at NASA's Goddard Station in Greenbelt, Maryland.
Yeah, we had some clouds, but that's all right. It was still cool to be a part of it. Our live coverage continues this afternoon with Storm Team 4 meteorologist Amelia Draper and Ryan Miller on our front lawn here in Northwest D.C. We'll get to them in just a moment. But a few hundred miles away in Indianapolis is our chief meteorologist, Doug Kammerer, and he had the chance to see totality. Doug, tell us everything.
Oh, I mean, it's like otherworldly. I mean, when it happens and you have that, I was telling my photographer, BJ, you know, as we're working, I'm trying to explain it to you the whole time. I never actually got a chance, and I should have, just for a second, I should have just taken my microphone down and just sat there and looked at it and just kind of taken it in because it really is that kind of a once-in-a-lifetime event. You can see the stands here, not nearly as many people. A lot of people are out of there right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting all kinds of text messages from friends and family saying, Doug, you seem like you were just a little excited. Yeah, I was just a little excited, and you can hear it going on right there. But so exciting. I mean, really just understanding what's happening here, the Earth and the Moon and the Sun all lining up in such a position that we get something like that, where the Moon, the shadow of the Moon travels around the North America, travels around the United States. I mean, just incredible. And here we are in Indianapolis to see it. And we've got some friends of ours. I just met these ladies. They actually came in from Arlington. So tell me your names.
I'm Janine Corrado. Megan Donnelly. Kathy Lee.
And Alex Lee. And you guys are from Arlington. What made you come to Indianapolis?
Janine?
It was a bucket list item, and we heard it was going to be here. We're driving to Indy. We drove in a day ago. So, yeah, it's really awesome.
Worth it?
Oh, gosh, 110%. It's one of those things you see and you can't replicate. It's just.
And you don't realize how amazing it's going to be, do you?
No, you have no idea. It's almost like an eerie feeling. Yeah. Supernatural.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And it does get kind of eerie when the sun goes behind and you've got the shadow coming through. You asked me a question. You saw it. We were talking about it. You asked me what?
Did you? Yeah, what was the little red thing at the bottom? It was the solar flare.
A solar flare. I mean, a storm on the sun. You said I got it right.
Yeah, I got it right, but that was a good guess, and I didn't know it was planets we could see.
Right.
I thought those were stars.
Yeah, Venus, Jupiter, seeing those there. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys driving over from all the way from D.C. and then, all right, good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Almost got in trouble right there, but nobody saw that. So, guys, we're going to send it back to Amelia and Ryan. And looking at this now, guys, I mean, you and I almost looking at us about the same thing right now. So where you guys are compared to where we are, I can still see the moon around there, and we still have what time is it now? Just after 3:30. We still got another 20 minutes of this in this area.
I mean, it's cool.
Oh,
Ryan and I are
Amelia
starting
and
to kind
Ryan?
of do the.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, we're here.
How are you?
We're talking about, what we did notice here because we were like, are we going to notice the temperature change or any change in animals?
The birds kept chirping.
Yes, they didn't change, but we did see our temperature go from about 70 degrees down to 64.
Yes.
So we did notice a temperature drop here.
It did, absolutely. And I don't know if we can get our wonderful photographer here, Indra, to pan down possibly. We can see the eclipse showing up on paper through the idea of the light coming through the tree and actually showing us some of the eclipse. You can see it through an indirect way without even having to use eclipse glasses or even having to look anywhere towards the sun. The shadows are being cast by the leaves, and as they cast it, they can let that light come through, almost like one of those pinhole viewers that you can make, and that's what we can see with the shadows right now. If you have a colander in your kitchen and you want to go outside, this is a perfect moment. Get that colander, piece of paper, and let the sun go through it, and you'll see all of those little images of the eclipse.
Yeah, you see, it's almost like the sun is looking like a little sliver of the moon right now.
Yes,
is kind
absolutely.
of what you would be saying. And I also reached out. I know somebody who owns an apiary up in Smithsburg, Hayes Apiary, and we were talking yesterday. He was wondering, what was going to happen with his bees during this, and he's actually just texting me that during the eclipse, his hive activity decreased, he said, by about 40%.
Wow.
So he did notice a change there, and I don't know if we can, 40%, I mean, that's pretty impressive, because he was telling me, when it gets dark out or when it rains or when the temperatures get into the 40s or lower, the bees are going to go back into the hive, rest, and they're going to process the honey. So there you see the information from that. Again, he did notice that the bees, their activity decreased, and then I'm sure as the afternoon wears on, they'll head back out. Another image we want to show you guys, this is the satellite imagery right now, and you can see that black shadow. That is the eclipse happening as the satellite is monitoring the clouds. I mean, there you see it. It starts in Texas. It goes up through where Doug was, into our area, up into the Northeast. And Ryan, you were talking a little bit about this earlier.
Yeah, the eclipse itself, the shadow is made up of two parts. You've got the umbra, that's the darker part of the shadow, and then the penumbra, which is on the outside. The umbra, the darkest part, it's about 114 miles in diameter. So it does not cover a large part of the planet. And ultimately, as a result, as it moves to the northeast, we're looking at only 0.005 of a percent of Earth's surface being darkened by it. It's like taking a dime and putting a dime on top of a globe. That's how much of a shadow is falling on the Earth.
And you were saying, too, how it's just racing along. It's moving so fast.
Yeah, it moves quickly.
You can really see that in this imagery here. So a lot of cool stuff coming out today. We were talking about how this compared to last time. And I don't think last time, we really noticed that kind of a temperature drop around here. But between the clouds, now this is sorting out between the clouds and the eclipse, probably both had played a bit of a hand. But we definitely did notice that temperature drop by, 5 degrees, a good 5 degrees here.
Hey, guys,
Easily,
I'm curious. You mentioned the bees.
Now. I'm kind of curious. We're measuring it.
I'm wondering if pets and birds, was it enough in our region that they would get kind of spooked to start chirping or barking and going crazy?
No, I was trying to listen for it, and the birds have continually chirped through the entirety of the event here. We have not noticed a difference. I didn't.
And I suspect, Jim, from what I've learned about bees, my crash course in bees and how they behave, in the last 24 hours, they were more reactive to the temperature drop than they were that the eclipse was the light. So I think that they were just kind of noticing, hey, we were out here at 72 degrees. Now the temperature's dropped, into the mid-60s. So that's kind of their reaction there. Yeah, they might be, thinking.
Maybe a storm's coming.
Yes, exactly. Something like that. So I suspect that's what happened with the bees. But compared to last time, I think we saw definitely some cooler, or maybe we knew to look for it more this time.
Yeah, that's possible.
Right.
And also during the time of year. I mean, right now we're in springtime, and obviously our sunshine and the sun angle is a little bit different than what it was in August back in 2017. So perhaps that played a role.
Yeah, so we're going to send it back into you guys. The birds are still chirping, but the outdoor NBC people are all indoors now,
Yes.
so it's fairly quiet out
And
there.
we had the ice cream truck to
over.
ourselves.
Yes.
I feel like we
came and went.
Yes, the party's over.
We've been schooled. Thanks for the education
I know,
there.
it's
There's
very
going to be a quiz on this in 2044,
Of
so
course.
remember it.
It's very interesting. It really gives us
Yep.
some perspective. Thank you.
It's coming up.
All right.
Not multiple choice either.
He would know. When we come back on News 4, this special edition, of course, Texas was the first state to see totality today.
Jay Gray will join us live to recap what that was like. Stay with me.
Hi there, I'm Jumi Olabanji.
And I'm Tony Perkins. I'm so happy to be working for you on News 4 today, the best team in town.
And we really know this area because we are from this area. I grew up in Fairfax.
Melissa, Montgomery, Millette, D.C., me, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
You know, and Chuck, he's been here long enough. We're just going to claim him.
We know what's important in your neighborhood because it's important to us, too.
That's right. Join us for News 4 today, every weekday morning on NBC4.
Working for you.
You get more for your money at Thompson Creek, celebrating 44 years in business. It's our anniversary window sale. For a limited time, buy 3 windows, get 1 free. Plus, no interest for 18 months.
We do it all.
Design, build, and install. So you won't pay the middleman markup.
You get high quality windows at an affordable price.
Direct from our local factory. There's never been a better time to buy.
Call 855-57-CREEK.
I started Mas Panadas about 7 years ago as a small catering company, but quickly we realized there was a real business opportunity in frozen foods, so we pivoted to that, and nowadays we are building an empanada empire. M&T has supported us with everything we need. They actually come to my plants. They understand what we do. They know my team. I am a mom, and this business was created for other moms with busy families. Together with M&T, we can take over the world one empanada at a time.
Go ahead, let it out.
I don't really think that these sessions are working for me.
Is that what you want? Or what your mother would want you to want? Oh, time's up. We'll pick this up again next week.
Firing your therapist is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
I think we're going to have to go back to our silent sessions.
Morgan & Morgan. The choice is easy.
At Strayer University, we've helped students find a way forward for over 130 years by offering new ways to support you and an education that empowers you to always keep striving.
NBC4 and Telemundo 44 are teaming up to support local nonprofits with NBC Universal Local Impact Grants.
Learn how to submit your application at nbcwashington.com/community by April 19th.
Back now on our special coverage of the eclipse as totality makes its way across the U.S.
Chase Kane got to experience totality down in Arkansas, and he joins us there live. All right, a lot brighter than it was, what, about a half hour ago. How dark did it get, and what was it like for you, Chase?
Complete darkness. I had never seen totality before. I thought I knew what to expect, but it was quite different. It's almost difficult to put it into words, and you hear people say that and you're like, okay, it's just like it's nighttime, right? No, but it is a totally different experience. We got to see it in a beautiful place here, nature preserve outside Little Rock. Jason Milks is a nature ecologist and forester, also his first total eclipse. You know, we said nature might be unpredictable. What did you notice? What shifts did you notice here?
Yeah, as the temperature went down and obviously the darkness, saw lots of insect activity right at the surface of the water. Fish, very active, taking advantage of the insects being on the surface of the water. My daughter was sitting here, literally fish jumping out of the water, which was pretty interesting. Not what I expected. Little extra bird activity. Those were my primary observations.
Yeah, birds were confused. We also had some turtles. A few of them have emerged here on a log that were sunbathing. As soon as it got dark and cool, the turtle said, I'm out of here. I'm going to be back in the water.
That's right. And now as this temperature's gone back up, they're back on their log. So they definitely went down as it got cooler. Yeah, it was a surreal experience.
And you got to experience it with your daughter, which I know was priceless, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Having a place like this in a metro area, for people to come and experience nature is priceless, and I'm glad we had a lot of folks out here to see it with us. So.
Yeah, we appreciate your expertise. Jason Milks is with the Nature Conservancy. And I just have to say again, this was a really cool assignment because we got to see how nature responded. We also got to hear a few kids look up and see that total eclipse for the first time.
Well,
fish jumping.
Right,
we hadn't heard that before.
There's a direct effect is wild. All right, Chase Kane live for us in Arkansas. Chase, thanks so much.
Go ahead, Chase.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, the other thing that I knew the temperature would drop, but I was keeping an eye on it. The temperature dropped almost 10 degrees in just a matter of minutes. So that's one of the things, along with the light, that's going to cause nature to sort of respond unexpectedly.
Right.
All right.
That's very cool.
Good stuff.
Thanks,
Beyond
Chase.
cool.
Good to see you.
Well, before Arkansas, of course, Texas was the first state to see totality, and this is a look at that path where you can see the total solar eclipse move from Texas up the U.S. all the way to New England and Maine at the very end.
Yes, our Jay Gray joins us now live from Junction, Texas. All right, Jay, tell us about your experience.
Amazing, Anna and Jim. We've been at this Eclipse Music Festival, the Eclipse Music Festival, for 3 days now. Definitely the star of this show has been the star that was covered by the moon today. It was amazing, and just like you guys are talking about, it got cooler, and all of a sudden it was nighttime in the middle of the day with a halo around all of that of what looked like sunrise or sunset. The opposite effect here for us as far as animals. The birds were loud all morning and chirping. Dead silence as the totality set in here for about 3 minutes, 10 seconds. It was just amazing. And the people that were gathered here to watch, all kinds of emotions. We heard applause immediately as there was totality, and you had goosebumps, you had people crying. It was just a very moving experience, and to be with the crowd here and to see all of that transpire was just amazing. A lot of people obviously saying this will be a memory they will have for the rest of their lives. It's something that is difficult, and we talk a lot and we use words. It's difficult to really put into words because it's so unique and so different. And it was special here today, guys, because the forecast looked terrible. Now, locals had told us for 2 days, don't you worry about that. It's going to be perfect. And it was overnight into the early morning. We could see the stars. It was clear. But then with sunrise, we got some heavy clouds moving through and really filling things up. And it looked like it was going to just be a mess here and kind of a failure. But they all cleared out, burned off, and we got to see the moon eating away at that orb of the sun and eventually covering it completely. Clouds moving in just about the time of totality, but holes in those clouds, so we could still see totality and experience the fullness of that totality. It was amazing.
Very cool. And I think the whole experience of everyone getting together to witness something they may not have the chance to see again is also part of the excitement.
That is so cool. All right, Jay.
I couldn't agree with you more on...
Yeah, go ahead.
And just one other quick note that I noticed is the kids were running around and playing as this was moving through its stages. But when we got to totality and things got dark and cool, you could hear a pin drop. Everyone was stunned, including the kids who had been throwing footballs and doing it. They knew this was something special, and it really was.
Yeah, if you can get the kids to quiet down.
Oh, you know it's special. All right. Great stuff. Jay, thanks so much. Now they got the good tunes, Texas tunes playing down there. We love it. All right, thanks for bringing that to us, Jay.
We're going to take a break now. We'll be right back. News 4 at 4, 5, and 6 is more than the top stories of the day.
We'll show you what everyone's talking about.
The arena deal is absolutely on life support.
Social media was abuzz this weekend.
Helping you plan.
Guys, we've got some great weather heading our way. We just have to get through the last of this wind.
Working for your health, your money.
Making you smile.
I don't you tempt me.
News 4 at 4, 5, and 6.
Trust your favorite evening news team, always working for you.
Waiting for the right time to buy a hardwood floor? Well, check this out. One room of beautiful hardwood flooring, completely installed for just $999. That's right, And this isn't just any hardwood. This is genuine Mohawk hardwood, the most trusted name in flooring. Call National Floors Direct at 888-400-FLOOR and get an entire room of Mohawk hardwood installed the next day for just $9.99. And no interest for 1 year. Transform your home for just $9.99. We bring the store to your door.
I'm Andy Betterman of the law firm Greenberg & Betterman.
I'm Simba Hodari.
And I'm Gabriela Rubio. We are all proud members of the Greenberg & Betterman family.
For over 35 years, Greenberg & Betterman has represented people
hurt in auto accidents or victims of medical malpractice.
In the District, Maryland, and Virginia.
We're on a compassionate mission
to win for our friends and neighbors.
A team of attorneys
here to help you.
Contact us.
Feel better.
The University of Maryland presents Maryland Day. Explore hundreds of events and learn about UMD's dedication to do good. Saturday, April 27th, 10 to 4. Free. Visit marylandday.umd.edu for more.
The D.C. region ranks 4th in the nation for millionaires. Almost 12% of you have that much or more of investable assets. You got there through hard work and disciplined savings. You don't think of yourself as rich. You're often surprised to find out you have $1 million. We call you middle-class millionaires. That's who we serve. That's who we know best. So you can not only build wealth, you can enjoy it too. Kendall Capital, serving middle-class millionaires.
I'm one of those people that I wake up smiling. Knee pain and foot pain gave me a reason not to smile. Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, that pain just kind of instantly went away. My wife said, "You're a different person." She thought that was good.
Well, of course, people have been hanging out all day on our national mall to experience today's solar eclipse.
And that is where our Tommy McFly is joining us with more on the excitement down there. Tommy, and a beautiful day for it, too.
Yeah, it's still happening. I'm looking at it up there. It's still happening, but we got to get back to this. So we've been out here all afternoon. People are just gathering fast and slow and showing up from all different directions. It's been really cool to see everyone come together, and we're meeting all kinds of friends. Come on in here. I want to introduce Kim and Caitlin from
Silver Spring.
What brought you down today?
What better place to see the eclipse? And we heard you telling us to come down here, and we couldn't resist.
Saw it on Channel 4, some real-life viewers. We appreciate you being out here.
Thank you so much.
And I wanted to give you our very special limited edition NBC4 and T44
Thank you very much.
glasses for the next eclipse. Make sure you're ready for it.
We will be here.
Because we want people who watch TV to protect their eyes. If you burn your eyes out, you can't watch us on Channel 4. So see that?
We watch you every week. Thank you for all you do.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. It's such great people down here. Everyone has got the same 3 o'clock-ish meeting, and we're having a great time. And I've got just a few of these that I've been giving away. The very special, limited edition NBC4 and Telemundo 44 ISO certified Eclipse glasses.
I don't, oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. Look at how open this is, and look at all the people, and you've got breezes coming, and it's a beautiful day.
I knew you were a local. You know how I knew you were a local?
How did you know?
Because everyone's over there in the grass, and you were like, I'm going to take my bench over here and hang out on the bench.
Okay.
Not your first National Mall rodeo, Doris.
Okay.
People for generations and thousands of years have done this together.
Yeah, I think it is a very uniquely shared human experience, and it really, to me, brings, you know, we're humans together, we're on this shared planet, we have the same sun, we have the same moon, and we have this sometimes once in a lifetime experience where we can experience it together. And I think, you know, being among big crowds like this is especially the way to go, because it is such a cool shared experience.
And then for the next one, when DC has 100% totality, will be the year 2444.
I may not be here.
I might not either, but if we are here, I'll meet you back here on this bench.
Okay.
Good deal.
Deal.
It's a plan. We'll all be here together. And for the next eclipse, too, we got to figure out better ways to get the selfie through the thick, dark glasses, because we're not sure if we're in the shot or not. But
you can't
that
see
is a selfie
thing.
problem, and we will have it fixed for the next one.
All right, yeah.
See, we have ours, too.
2,444.
Right. Luckily, we know some people that we have our special edition glasses.
As if we needed them. But we did have you know, you at home got to see everything, which is what we wanted too. It would be nice to be out there, but we were able to bring everybody in, including our Doug Kammerer, who was on pit row.
Right, we're living vicariously through you, Doug Kammerer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still coming down off of the high. That was that 4 minutes of totality that we saw here. I mean, just incredible, and equally as incredible is it's now. We say over, and you can see that this was all crowded a little bit earlier. Now you can see the crowds have really thinned out. But guys, we still have an eclipse going on. I mean, we have another almost 25 to 30 minutes of eclipse time here. We right now are sitting at about, I'd say about 15% of an eclipse in our area right now. So if I'm looking up, I can still see the moon. And again, the way the moon came across was like this, and then it's moving up to the northern part of the sun right now. So you can still see it again, of course, in the D.C. area as well. But it's still a great sight. I mean, here we are. Yes, we went through totality, but it's not over yet. I mean, we're still watching it. We're still watching the moon moving across the sun from the earth. I mean, just an incredible situation that we had going on here, guys. I mean, everybody I'm talking to, it's like somebody on Twitter was like, Doug, it looked like you were about to cry. I seriously was. It, like looking at other people crying and stuff. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's just that's the kind of excitement and again, like almost out-of-body type experience that you get when you see something like this. So,
I love that.
Once again, so glad that we were a part of it.
Yeah.
Fish jump, birds tweet, meteorologists tear up.
And we love to see you in your element, Doug. Thanks so much.
Do. Great stuff.
Let's go to Jessica and Ryan now out on the patio to talk more about the science behind all of this.
It's funny, though. I could see Doug crying because of a total eclipse, but I know he was excited. But, you know, we got a good show here.
We did.
Not only did we see our max eclipse around 3:20, but we saw the darkening of the sky. We felt the temperature drop.
Yes.
And also relative humidity actually went up because of the temperature drop. And you have been monitoring the temperature. And tell us about the data that you found.
Yeah, it went down 6 degrees.
Wow.
Actually, we started recording the temperature right before 3:15. And then we had our maximum at 3:20, and then it has started to warm up appreciabely. I can feel it.
We feel it, yeah.
There's a lot more radiation. Want to show you something really cool for a moment. The eclipse isn't over. We have until 4:32 in our area. If you have an opportunity to get outside, maybe get a colander from the kitchen, that thing you use to drain the water from the pasta. Yes, and then just hold it down here, and we have some light that's being filtered through the leaves and the tree branches, and you can see little images of the eclipse on this piece of paper. Lots of multiple little eclipse images, and that's just an example of just looking and filtering light using a pinhole projector, but a tree instead.
Right. It's another way to view the eclipse without looking directly at it, and maybe a nice way to look at it if you don't have eclipse glasses, because like Ryan said, the eclipse is actually still going on. We had our max eclipse in the DMV around 3:20, but it's not going to be over till around 4:30, so you can still enjoy it. Different ways to enjoy it, and we've definitely enjoyed it.
It's been beautiful.
All right, lucky position to be in. I'm going to be back at 5. I'm going to go home and get my colander right now.
Okay.
Try that trick.
And that's going to do it for us for now, but be sure to stick around for News 4 at 4 for more solar eclipse coverage.
And when we're not on the air, you can always find the latest on NBC Washington's app. This is some of the latest and greatest of what we just witnessed about an hour ago across the United States.
Today's your day to shine, and it starts with News 4 Today.
That takes skill,
Yes,
folks.
it does.
Okay,
It really
good morning.
does. Showing you what everyone will be talking about.
That is the video of the day. That's exciting stuff.
Helping you plan.
Rain chances are back.
And making you smile.
Welcome to News 4 Today. I'm Jimmy Lobot.